Hello everyone, this is Jenny. So today's session for grade 9th and 10th. The topic is trace table. So what is the use of trace table and why we should implement this content in our program? If you ask this question, simple answer is here. You can watch now. So trace table contains only steps, variable values as well as output. Okay, so these three steps you are going to perform or implement in your programs. This is called trace table. These are the basic structure of this trace tables. Okay, so now you can understand this example. So algorithm, step by step procedures or rules, anything you can say. So here you can see the first step is start. This is your pseudo code. Already I said. Okay. So why we need this pseudo code? If you are writing the original code, you should practice with this pseudo code. Okay. So here first step is start. Next, second step is you are assigning the variable name A. What is the value of variable a? 5. And next, third step, you notice the variable b. What is the value of variable b? Here they given 3. Okay, so the third step is you're going to add this two variables. Okay, so for this two variables you are assigning new variable that is called c, right? So in this c, it contains two variables that is called variables of values. Here there is no values, right? So you are going to add the variables only. So c equal to a plus b, and final step is you can see print c. Last step is end, because when we start the program we should finish the program. Okay, so that is your end process. Next, let's move on to table position. So first step, here you can going to perform 4 steps. Okay, so next, variables a b c and your output. Okay, so first a variable gets 5. Second step, a variable automatically it should be in your program, but you are going to add the second step with your previous steps, right? But you don't ignore or delete the previous steps, just you are going to add everything in your program one by one. Okay, so second step you understand. Second step, you don't get any inputs from the a, you are going to get the inputs from the b, right? And third step you can notice here, first input a, second input you got 3, and third. Okay, so what is your step here? You're given third stages c equal to a plus b, that is you are going to add a and b, two variables. Okay, so that answer is 5 plus 3 8, that is your third stage. And fourth stage you are going to print c variable. Okay, so what is the value of that c variable? 8. So that is your output. So these are the steps we are following in the trace table. Okay, so here you can see that explanation what I said now. And second example, you can understand trace table with loop. Okay, so if you are writing the program, we should need looping statements. Okay, so without looping statements, the program we can't perform the large datas. Okay, so for if you are maintaining large datas, you should use this loop conditions. So here they can take for loop. If you like while, do while, you can take, but here they given for loop. Okay, so sum equal to 0. For looping statements, how many times they are going to loop your program? 3 times. For a I equal to 1 to 3 means the values starts from 1 to 3. 1 2 3, 3 times only the program will execute. Okay, so after 3 it will terminate. And next step is you can see here sum, the stored value is going to assign in this sum variable. So when you call the sum variable, it will produce your output. Okay, so what you are going to store in that variable, sum equal to sum plus I. So you are going to store that looping statement value as well as net value, that is your sum. So what you are going to print next, I means looping statements. Okay, so if you are opening the for means you should write next step also, right? And final stage is output. For output stage you should print this sum value. So here you can see this trace. So now you can calculate that table values, sum calculation, looping statements. First value is step 1, 0 plus 1, you can get the sum value 1. So next you are going to take that sum value plus iteration looping value, that is your 2, second execution. So now you get that value 3. Again you are going to take that sum value 3, and then iteration value looping value is 3, because you've given already how many times you are going to execute this program. Yes, 3 times. That's the reason you are writing 1 2 3. This is your first loop, second loop and third loop. So now you added that value 3 plus 3 6. So the total output is 6. Here you can see that explanation. So the loop runs 3 times, adding numbers 1 plus 2 plus 3. So this is your work of trace tables in our computer program. Okay, so thank you so much. Bye from Jenny.